What's up, everybody? You know it's going to be a good show when I got the taco meat out. You know when I got the taco meat out, you know I'm ready to talk my ish. What's up, everybody? How everybody doing? Let's go ahead and play that intro. It gives you enough time to hit that like button. Oh, no. God damn it. Not the virus scammer. It gives you enough time to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go ahead, get you a drink, get you some popcorn, whatever you need to chill and relax. Go grab you that. And let's get started with the show. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up, Foreign Bay? What's up, Melissa? Are you the good Melissa or the bad Melissa? What's up, Ronnie? How you doing? What's up, Ola? Who else we got here? Miss Barbara. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara, you being good today? Shout out to Adrian. Who else we got here? What's up, Dee Dee? How you doing? What should I do if I want my throat stretched? Dee, we don't need the not tonight. Come on now, Dee. Come on, Dee. Not tonight. Come on, Dee. What's up, Messy Ho? What's up, Ultimate TV? Who else we got here? Marlon. What's up, Marlon? How you doing? What's up, Zero No Highest? What's up, Johnny Solo? What's up, Becoming Her TV? Oh my God! Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. What's up, Ingrid? What's up, Teresa? We got Jackie, the real Jackie, not that other crazy Jackie. What's up, Mr. I'm Not Perfect? How you doing? What's up, Nina? All right, enough of the pleasantries because you know the people who watch the replay, they'll be like, "Oh, you always saying hi to people." Well, that's why your crack-headed ass need to be here on time, and then you can get a hello as well too. All right, so let's move on. So I kind of had a time to think about this whole TGIF reunion that they trying to do. And originally, remember, we was tearing Funky Dineva up because we all like, yo, he hasn't learned anything. He doesn't care. All he there for is for business, and he wants to do a show. Claudia is looking for a friendship. I actually don't think that, you guys, because let me tell you something. I've been looking on IG. I've been looking on their YouTube channel, and those clips of Funky and Funky being on their show, they done chopped up those clips, put it all over social media and stuff like that. They gained a lot of traction off of Funky going on the show. Granted, there was some help from all the YouTubers talking about it and stuff like that, but they gained a lot of traction. That's like their highest viewed show right there. So now I kind of got to thinking like, oh, Claudia knew what she was doing, y'all. Claudia is not that dumb. She knew what she was doing. She was all like, okay, I went to your funky ass event, which you didn't pay me for, right? I went to your little funky ass event, went there, you know, you did that whole emotional, oh yeah, we should work together, blah, blah, blah. And Claudia was all like, okay, well, Now I need a favor. Why don't you come on my show? Mind you, that happened on Saturday. They hadn't talked again until Wednesday when they did the show. So Erica, you know, and Erica is a true journalist. She didn't know anything that was going on. Erica was literally blindsided because she thought it was going to be like this fun little game where they kind of talk about the past and they talk about the healing. Funky does not give a damn about no healing, no past, no nothing. Funky thing is like, hey, let's do this show together and let's make money. And so we were kind of seeing Claudia, it looked like she wanted to cry and everything like that. But the thing was, Claudia wanted to more or less put it out there that she was the good guy and she's not this bad person. And she wanted Funky to kind of feed into that and blow up her ego. Now, when he didn't do it, she was all like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's not going to get on here and apologize and like basically clear my name. So, with that being said, I think she was all like, okay, well, at the end of the day, I'm going to get my views out of you too. So, this is what she's been doing. Shout out to Claudia. You know, get your show with Erica Cobb off the ground. I think if anything, you already, because how many celebrity gossip shows are they going to do, right? She already had, because my thought process was, oh, I know if she gets back with Funky and Al, she gonna kick Erica to the curb. You know, she's going to kick Erica to the curb, but maybe not. Maybe her thought process is all like, okay, let me go ahead and take this opportunity to promote a show that I already have. Kind of fill out the water, see how everything goes. I mean, the show ended well. Let's not even play. The show ended well. Like, Claudia was able to recover it and everything like that. But the fact that Funky didn't want to go back in the past and be all like, you know, Claudia didn't do anything shady or anything like that, that lets me know, like, yeah, he ain't going to apologize for anything he doesn't feel like he need to apologize for. Now, whatever happened between them, it happened between them. I definitely don't think he should apologize for that, right? But as far as the destruction of the show, to be fair, he did help in a part of that. And this is the reason why. He went live at the same time as, TGIF. If he really was going to be the bigger person and let all the shit go, why did he go live at that specific time? He wanted to show, hey, I can get more views than you guys can without me. And he did. Funky Dineva, I'm not taking anything away from him. He is a star. However, he does not have the whole package. This is why he needs Al and Claudia, because they can get those connections that he can't get. Funky Dineva does not have the connections. That's what he's missing. Now, for whatever reason, the stuff that happened in his past, that obviously has came back to bite him, but he does not have the connections. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Put a 2 in the chat you think he do. 1 in the chat. You don't think he has connections? Put a 2 in the chat. You think he does have connections? He might got a few connections, just not the right ones. Because I'm going to be honest, this still feels to me like I want to get back together with the crew because I wasn't able to do my late night talk show. Remember, he moved to Atlanta specifically for a late night talk show. I don't hear coming live, Funky Dineva. Have y'all heard that yet? No, I haven't heard that. Teresa, you going to hell. You are going to hell for that comment. You know you ain't shit. Let me flash it real quick. Hold on. Okay, that's it. She wants them back so that she can fire him. Well, no, they're supposed to have equal rights, not equal rights, but it's supposed to be split between them. They all have ownership, so it wouldn't be no firing or anything like that. They would all be on like the same kind of level, same kind of contract, make the same money, all that. But again, they have to figure out how they're going to sell this. Because again, people are going to be like, okay, you guys want to come back together, right? Well, why didn't it work out the first time? What happened the first time you guys did it? And it's not like they can go back to Fox Soul. I don't think Fox Soul, I mean, they've all been featured on some kind of Fox show, right? But I don't think Fox would take back the TGIF, especially because the drama is all over YouTube and shit like that. I don't think they would take the show back. Like, I think, it would have to be a new show on a new network. I do feel that they are going to have to put the show on YouTube first and then try to sell it. I think people, basically the way things happen, if you're not this A-list star or they don't trust that they can invest money in you, they want you to show something. So they're going to need to put the show on YouTube if they do come back, right? They're not going to be able just to be all like, oh yeah, we could sell it to this network, that network. You can try, but I don't think y'all got the pull like that. No, you're going to have to show them that people are interested in the show and they want to come back. That we know they're interested in the drama, but are they interested in an actual show with you guys? Does anyone really want this show back? See, that's a good question. When you have comments like that, who knows? They don't need nothing else as a team. Funky wants it to be all about him. He is too full of himself. And, you know, does Funky still have the mindset that he's the star of the show? That's another question you got to ask. Or does he see himself as an equal? Because obviously he didn't see himself as an equal. He's seen himself as he was better. But let's go ahead and do a 30-second countdown. Shut the hell up. It's my show, God damn it. All right. So, because I already hear people in the chat, oh, a 30-second, another one. Shut up. Shut up, damn it. Do you guys want TGIF to come back? Yes or no? Ooh, y'all shady just like me. Damn. Well, I was going to say a maybe, but I'll say yes just to be different. Everybody else said no. Damn. Y'all all said no. Ooh. Game over. Yeah, everybody said no. Ugh. What's up, Lady Letitia? Yeah. Everybody said no. Only time I watched was when things were bad. Guilty. Yeah. Damn, maybe it's too. Yeah. I think the way that it should have been done was behind the scenes, and then they should have just dropped something, and then we all would have been like, whoa, what's going on? But the fact that they try to do this whole grand this comeback story, and then obviously they still don't like each other, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I still stand on what I said. I put the video on members, but I still stand on what I said. I think Claudia should have went through Al first to try to get things in order and get things together, because Al is a professional and he more or less will be like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. Funky is not a professional like that. He's too self-centered and hot-headed just to be all like, okay, I'm going to do what's best for the greater good. Because Claudia and Al are in those Hollywood circles, they're used to just, okay, we're going to do everything that we need to do just to go ahead and put this show out and get it done. Funky, because he said one of the reasons why he left the show is that he didn't like all that chaos. He didn't like that Al and Claudio were messy and stuff like that. He said that he couldn't take it. But then he says that it's about the money and then about the health insurance. So it's all like, okay, you came up with like 30 different reasons what it was. So was it a combination of everything, or what? If you had to rank in order, what made you want to leave Fox Soul? What is the ranking? I guess that's what we want to know. And also too, I wouldn't have, because I know some people were saying Funky was set up, and in a way I could see that, right? But I wouldn't have agreed to be on Claudia's show until we had a personal conversation. Until we had a conversation like, hey, Let's go ahead, talk through things, work everything out. The way that Funky wants it, let's sweep all that shit under the rug, pretend like it never happened, and then we're gonna bring the show back and pretend like, yeah, we were best of friends. Claudia wants more or less to have this conversation out publicly to try to clear her name and to save her reputation. Al, we haven't heard from Al. We don't know what Al is doing. Al be on trips. He be on vacation. He be traveling. Listen, Al is going to stay working. And shout out to Claudia, because Claudia stay working too. But Claudia plays around on the internet. Al, we don't know too much about what he thinks and what he believes. And I think Al needs to more or less work on that, because we kind of don't see Al as a personality. And I think for the show that they did, it would be nice to see more of Al come through. I don't think he actually came through on the show. And this is why, Al, it was easy for him to take the fall too. I don't think he had that core base through the internet like Arman, Funky Dineva, even Claudia. I don't think he had like a core base on the internet. Basically, it was all like, oh, I'm just going to let everybody say whatever they want to say. And he didn't fight back. And I think with him too, he was all like, okay, well, I got my the court of public opinion. He has that show. So he was all like, okay, well, I don't really care about what's going on. I'm just going to continue to do my show. And hey, if he like it, I love it. At the end of the day, if he like it, I love it. Al can stay on his own show. Arman should join too. Okay, so would y'all like Arman to join the show? I know a lot of y'all have been saying like, okay, get rid of Al and put Arman on there. Can I be honest about something? I don't think Funky and Arman can coexist. Oh, I told you, I got the taco meat out. I'm talking about shit right now. I don't think I'm sorry. Arman and Funky can exist. And I'm going to even go one step further, and I'm going to do a 30-second countdown because y'all going to be pissed. I'm sorry. Funky and Arman have the same feminine energy, and so it would be too combative. See how I dipped off? Listen, Claudia had to put a little masculinity in the show. That would be too much. So, I think it's fine with, it couldn't coexist like that. No, I don't think, him and Funky, that wouldn't be a good mix. I think, and I don't even know if they've ever done a show together. I know like Funky shouted out Arman and stuff like that, but I don't even know if they've ever done any kind of collaborate. I don't think they have. I just don't. Yeah. Because remember last year, I don't want to say they got into it, but when Arman was upset with Funky Dineva interview that he did, and then I guess they talked afterwards, we never heard anything else from that conversation. Now you could say, oh, they just decided to leave it as it was and go their own separate ways. But the fact that we didn't hear like, oh, we had a great conversation, we had a lovely talk, we didn't hear that afterwards, lets us know that probably the conversation was all like, hey, we're going to agree to disagree. If a conversation leads on, we're going to agree to disagree, and with no resolve or understanding, that means it wasn't a good conversation. That's just my thought. I don't think any of their connections were really genuine. There was always this weird kind of vibe to make you think that they were being fake. Mm, they don't care for each other. And I'm not creating beef. I just, like foreign base say, I don't think they care for each other. Like sometimes you don't have a beef with people, you just don't care for them. Like a lot of your favorite YouTubers, I don't have a beef with them. I just don't care for them. You can go ahead and put their names in the chat, but I ain't gonna say them. Yeah, I would definitely say a mutual dislike. Yeah. Yeah, and listen, he trying to get on Angela Yee. I ain't trying to listen. If I gotta choose between TGIF and Angela Yee, I'm going with Angela Yee. He trying to do his big one in New York. He ain't got time for this. So yeah, I don't think he would do it. Yeah, anyway. But I think he's better off on doing his own thing than that. Yeah. But also something too, and this is public information, but Claudia was doing business meetings in LA. So what if Claudia already has something in the works, and then once she gets her, if she gets picked up by one of these networks, she's probably all like, "Oh, well, I ain't doing that shit no more." You know, Someone had asked me what happened to the show. Remember, she was going live with Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know whatever happened to that. I guess that wasn't going to be turned into a show, but um, I thought that was good. It was her, Mimi, and then they would have like they would alternate between who else they would have on there, and they would go live on Instagram. I don't know why she never did anything with that. Excuse me. To me, that would be smart. Yeah. Or shit. What about what? I don't know why Claudia hasn't tried to redo Cocktails with the Queens. Miss B Peach. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Love you too. Yeah, I don't know why she hasn't tried to do Cocktails with the Queens. I think that would be more I don't sellable. Like I feel like as far as pitching another Cocktails with the Queens, I think that because those would have celebrity names attached to them. Or I should say bigger names. Those would have bigger names attached to them. And that show used to always go viral. Like one of my favorite moments was when the Brat came on there and then Lisa Ray cussed out the host and the Brat on that was now that was good. That was some good shit right there. I love that moment. Now Lisa Ray probably didn't like that moment, but now her and the Brat is good and everything. Brat got a baby. She was, they good. So it was a viral moment, and it was good. Shout out to the hospital picture crew. But yeah, but I feel like that would be a win more or less. But probably, hell, you never know. Probably those girls don't even like each other. So that's probably another situation why you can't do that one. I met Claudia and took a pic. She is actually really nice. Yeah, and I know we like to drag Claudia, and well, we drag everybody over here, but Claudia is a nice person. I definitely will say that. I've never met her in person, just through conversation. She's given me good vibes. I never got anything to where I'm like, you can't trust her, or she's this, she's that. I've never gotten that. The character that she portrays in public, is one thing, but her talking to her, she's never given me bad vibes like that. What's up, Demetria? You didn't get any notification? Oh, dang. You're probably the only one who watched. Oh, damn. Like, y'all hella shady. You know what? I actually forgot to share this live in the group. That's probably why you didn't see it. Uh, by the way, you guys, let me share this with you now. So whenever I go live, I usually share the video in the group. Let me go ahead and give you guys this chat real quick. or the group chat. So that way, because I know a lot of you guys say, oh, I never get notifications or anything like that. So let me share this with y'all that way. Oh, damn. It's not going to let me share it. Okay, never mind. It's not going to let me share a link. I'll do that later. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So y'all already voted. Y'all say y'all don't want TGIF to come back. Throw it in the trash. Y'all don't think they can all get along for the better. Yeah. The show dead before it started. I honestly do feel before they got the public excited about a possible reunion, it definitely should have been worked out and talked behind the scenes. I think we can all agree on that. Like, it definitely should have been worked out behind the scenes. The fact that it wasn't, and it was just kind of like this excitement, like, oh yeah, we're gonna get back together without no plan. Like, y'all ain't talking about a plan. Y'all definitely should have talked about a plan. You know, y'all ain't brainstorm. Like, if you told me, AT2, I want to pitch you this show, we're going to try to sell this and shop it to a network. Every day, I'm like writing down ideas. I'm planning some with you. We in communication. You know, even if it's just via text message or DM or something like that, I'm making sure that I'm in communication before we just announce something publicly. I think even that apology probably shouldn't have been posted until they actually had a conversation. That should have been saved for a documentary or something like that. Because I think even with having that the whole, well, it wasn't an apology. I'm right. Yeah, excuse me, it wasn't an apology. That business proposal, because I hope nobody thought that was an apology that Funky did with the red freak off lights that Diddy got. y'all know why he had red freak off lights and it looked like a marriage proposal. That was so fucking weird. Anyway. Was I the only one who thought that? Why they had red freak off lights? I'm all like, why is it so red in that room? Like, what's going on? Yeah, but anyway, before that was even done, or I should say posted, they definitely should have had conversations after that. The fact that they just left it there and then thought, oh yeah, let's do a live together, and you know, we can talk and make amends, and yeah, no, that wasn't a good look. Not at all. No. Because notice, I still have to go back to this. Al has not said anything publicly, you know, and I was kind of curious why Al wasn't invited, or maybe he didn't go to Essence, but it's kind of like, you know, is Al in these conversations? Like, have you talked to Al? I think I'm aware. I'm aware that he knows, but does he really know? Because why wasn't Al invited? At least on Funky's show, Funky could have had Al on there and been like, "Hey, Al, you know, I don't know if you've seen my video with Claudia, but I just wanted to invite you on just to speak on a possible reunion. What's your thoughts?" Like, you know, why nobody asked to have Al on? Yeah, that's weird to me as well too. Just the rollout of this reunion has been messy and sloppy. Um, yeah, with that being said, you know, when they do their first show, I'm definitely gonna watch. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna check it out just to see how it is. But I feel this reunion ain't looking too good, y'all. That's what I gotta say. This reunion is not looking too good. From the reviews, Al dodged the bullet, not going to Essence. Oh yeah, they've been talking a lot about Essence. You know, but Funky was actually defending Essence. But I think here's the problem with Essence. A few things. I feel that Essence Fest wants to be like Coachella, all the different like festivals. I think they want to make it more like that, but Essence is more for the culture. And you know what? I was thinking like, oh damn, like maybe we should try to go to Essence, and you know, I should try to get my press pass and shit like that. But I feel like AT2, just wait. AT2, 1 year they're going to invite you if the money is right. They're going to invite you to Essence to do like a panel or a table or something like that. So I think AT2, you should just wait until Essence invites you. So yeah, that's what I'll wait for. Only Africans are I'm hearing like this war, the diaspora war with it. Here's my thoughts on that. So I feel like because Essence is Black culture, they include everything Black. And especially when the heads of Essence are, African, I think that also speaks to, they're going to make sure they have that representation there. I've never been to Essence, so I can't speak to it. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but if it's because here's two things. I don't know if people saying like they just don't want anything Afrocentric there, or are you saying that it was like it was like an Afro fest? I don't know if you're saying that, because if you're saying like it was too much or you don't want to see it at all, like what exactly are you saying? Like, was it too much or you don't want to see it at all? Like, I feel like, and just say it straight. Don't be no bitch. Say it straight. Don't be no punk. Say the shit straight. You don't want to see it at all. Or, and I'm not yelling at you, Renaissance, per se. I'm just talking to everybody. Don't be a little punk. Don't be a punk ass bitch. Say it with your whole motherfucking chest. You don't want to see the motherfuckers at all? Or is it that it was too much? Because I think that's two different conversations. I didn't go, so I can't speak on it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. I don't want to see it at all. Okay. Got you. Got you. But with that being said, like I said, if the heads are African, they're going to have African representation. But I don't but did they have any performers like did they have Tyla perform, or like they had like because then I have another question. So do we exclude like the Latino community? Do we exclude them because there are Black people? So no reggaeton, no reggaeton. I feel like when we get into the diaspora, like if we gonna have it, we gonna have it. Not the representation. They said the focus will be Nigerian. Oh, they said that. Oh, okay. Hold on. Anytime Jollof Rice is in New Orleans as a competition against jambalaya, something is all that. I heard about that. I did hear about that. I feel like they're two completely separate dishes. I guess because they have right, like, yeah, that's a little weird. Like, if you're gonna have like a competition, have a jambalaya competition. If you want to have a jollof competition, then have a jollof competition. But mixing the both, I feel like that even more feeds into the whole diaspora war thing. Essence was like a big cookout, which is fully FBA culture. On social media, there's a divide started amongst the blacks. Savvy, are you Black? I don't like the way that sounds, but you are correct. But I don't like the way that sounds. Again, for me, the only time that I really talk about like, oh no, Black people, this is for Black Americans, is when it comes to reparations. Like, I'm on that. But as far as like, all these immigrants and stuff like that, I don't talk like that. Like, that's not me. But when it comes to reparations, I want the reparations for Black Americans. But when it comes to overall, like, oh, these people over here and that, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because at the end of the day, they don't see us any differently. Even if you got an accent, they don't see us any differently. All they see is this. They don't care about, you might be this and that. All they see is this. Yeah, I posted about that, Stephanie Mills. Yeah. I heard Essence Fest has gone downhill like a sinking carnival ship. Damn, not the carnival cruise ship. What's up with the FBA and African conflicts at Essence? Hey, that's what we want to know. That's what we asking, T. And I think also too, while Funky can speak with a lot of wisdom, he also thinks he's the smartest person in the room. His ego is too big. And Evangeline, I think that's also too why it's not going to work if he sees himself above all of them. Because if you see yourself above everybody, it's not going to work. You could say, oh, we splitting everything equal. But if you feel like you the star, it's never going to work. Love, she happiness. Loves happiness. Oh, okay. Wait, is this She Paints? Is this like a new She Paints? Are you She Paints? Yo, I think this is She Paints right here. Send me some money. If you She Paints, send me. For those of y'all who knew, y'all don't know who that is, but I've seen it. Anytime I see like a dollar sign that's supposed to be like an S, I'm like, is that She Paints? Just somebody new? I'll tell a story on the in the membership. I'll tell y'all that story. But anyway, but yeah, I agree with that. I think that if Funky sees himself as more important or more relevant than the other people, yeah, it's not going to work. Everybody has to come in equal, and not just as far as the paperwork, but I mean, you have to have that mindset that we're all equal. If you don't have that mindset, that shit ain't gonna work. But back to Essence, yeah, like I said, if there's representation of African culture, I don't mind that at all. I mean, I figure it would, because let's not pretend like in the 90s that our parents, well, some of y'all are the parents, but our parents, wasn't wearing the dashikis, the African colors, the tribal cloth, and yeah, let's not act like, because I remember like I had like these Afrocentric pants on in one of my old school pictures. I'll see if I have it and post it. But yeah, if there's representation, I don't have a problem with that. If it seems like it's turned into not about the culture or Black culture in general, then yeah, I can definitely see the problem. But if they're there as a, like a sector or something like that, then I have no problem with that. And again, Essence hasn't invited me, so I don't know what it looked like. I'm just going by what y'all saying. Funky is not likable. He like to think, don't think more highly of yourself than you ought to. You got a good point, Johnny. You got a good point. Tariq Nasheed, sorry, all this FBA nonsense, and because you all are pathetic followers, you fell. Wait, Peaceful Day, is you Black? If y'all got an avatar, I'm asking if y'all Black when y'all talk on Black people. I gotta ask, because there's a lot of like white people who will have like an avatar and they be like, yeah, you Blacks is dumb. You Blacks is uneducated, and you thinking that they Black and they really not. If you an avatar, I'm assuming that you white. Okay, peaceful white days. Okay. The Bronner Brothers hair show that has turned into a swap meet. Damn, not a swap meet. That's her trying to erase her way back in. Yeah, she's trying to get her way back in. You seen that? Okay, so what I think about the FBA, and then I'll leave it here because I don't want to get too sidetracked. We can definitely do another show about it. I don't mind. So for me, with the FBA movement, I just don't understand. Like, okay, So you got this FBA thing, right? As far as foundational Black Americans, that's what it stands for. Like, descendants of slaves, right? American slaves, right? Um, I'm okay for them pushing whatever message they want to, but are they putting money back into the community? Are they investing money back into the community? Because as far as I understand, Tariq Nasheed, he has a museum. He has a museum. He has like an event space. But like, is that money circulating or going back into the community? Like, what is he doing for the community as far, or is it just rage bait content telling you don't vote for the Democrats and all that shit? And all these tethers is here taking all of our government programs and da 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 da. Like, is the money being invested back into the community? You can say whatever you want to, but if you putting money back into the community, building housing, funding programs for Black children, I'm good with that. But if there's nothing that you're pouring back into the community and you just ding ding ding, White Sabby said, because you and Avatar, White Sabby said he's a Umar Johnson 2.0. Yeah. That's what I want to know. Is that being put back into the community? Delineation, because people like Elon Musk can claim African American. Definitely no. Definitely Elon. Listen, I don't think Elon even wants to claim South African to begin with. He lets it known that he's white. What's up, Miss Kitty? Oh, I missed Ronnie's comment. They're putting more money into finding Bigfoot. Not Bigfoot. Yeah, that's my problem. Where is the money going back into? He getting all these super chats and everything and all this support, but are you putting the money back into the community, or is it going in your pocket? I don't think Dr. Umar was trying to divide the Black community like Tariq Nasheed. Exactly. And let me make that correction. Thank you, Lucky. Dr. Umar, he got his citizenship in Ghana. He's not, like the FBA or nothing like that, but he's about the Black community as far as the whole diaspora. So they are two different people. But I think what they were trying to say, what White Savvy was trying to say, was that they take money and then don't put it back into the community. I think that's what they were saying. All right, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. This was a good show. I just wanted to drop that information real quick. And I love having these deep conversations, especially when it comes to race. They call AT2 the race guy. All he does is talk about race all the time. Well, I'd rather talk about race than sucking dick all the time. So, I'll take the latter of the two, right? All right. Love y'all. We out. Deuce. Damn, that was pretty extreme. I'm sorry. I didn't want to leave it on that note. I love you all. All that good stuff. Bye.